20 years old, I'm glad I learned how to trade when I was 20, because that arrogance that I had and the obsessive compulsiveness, that tenacity of you, you're not beating me. Okay. You're kicking the shit out of me right now, but I'm going to get back up. You're not keeping me down. You have to have that mindset as a trader. You need to have these types of reminders, because it's too easy to talk yourself into doing dumb shit. Think about it. It's not limited to trading. It's everything. So don't these days and think to yourself, wow, big moves like this, I might get lucky and even catch a small piece, because these big moves are sometimes forgiving for dumb shit. Mistakes that are made on these days, and you're caught on side. That means you're on the right side of the marketplace, not because of skill, but you have no idea why you did it, but you're on there, and it starts running off in your favor, and it scares the shit out of you. Oh man, I've never seen $200 in my account before. Boom, and then just get out of that. And then it rips even more, and you could have made what? $1,500, $2,000. So now what are you doing? Shit, let me get back in there. Like it's going to give you 2,000 more. And then it does what? Roars against you, runs you right over like a stray dog chasing a car. So you're left demoralized, regretting everything. You've probably blown your account or done such a damage to it. Now you're scared shitless. You're paralyzed. You're afraid to take the next trade. And you read these folks, and I feel sorry for them, because they're trying to get these FTMO accounts too fast. But if you blow this, it's not the end of it, dude. You're just trying to do it too quick. You're rushing. You're rushing like something magical's happening once you get that funded account. It's going to get fucking harder. It's going to get fucking harder. Hello? Now you have the money. When that money goes up and down, that's success and failure in a monetary sense. Whereas in a demo or paper, it don't mean shit. You give it the value based on your ego and your pride. Pride and ego is not equity. That's emotion. That's what that is, folks. That's emotion. And so many of you don't realize when you first start, you're trading emotionally. You're trading with emotional equity. And you think that that is limitless. No, it's not. Because you can trade yourself right into a position of insolvency. Wait a minute. How can I do that if I'm trading with fake money? Scare yourself into thinking that this is never going to work for you and you'll quit. See, I quit dozens of times when I was younger. I called it quitting. But what I was doing is I was just saving up more money to go back in again, because that bug bit me. And come hell or high water, I was going to swing through these markets like Kim Parker, and nothing was going to hold. But some of you aren't wired that way. And I understand. But you're also doing dumb shit, trying to do things that you are not capable of doing. And you may not like to hear people say that, even me. Like, it's discouraging when you talk to me. I had people in my mentorship literally tell me in emails, I don't like when you talk to us nice, encourage us. Yeah, that's nice. There's a time for that. But you paid to learn how to do this and overcome these problems. So when I give it to you just to receive it, it isn't going to feel good. That's the intended purpose. It's for you to feel uncomfortable, so you don't go in that again thinking this is normal. It's not normal to keep doing those things. And these days, like FOMC, invite that terrible opportunity for you to sit around and just think that it's going to be easier on these days because there's a lot of movement. No, you need to understand there's a whole lot of fucking risk on these days. Like, you can do so much damage to yourself in such a short span of time. You can't make these impulsive decisions to trade on these big high impact days thinking that that's going to be the saving grace to your success. Like, this is the only way you're going to make it. No. See, these days, they're designed to smash participants. They're designed to clean the markets, both sides, the sell side and the buy side. It's designed to do that. That's what they use these days for, sweeping up on both sides of the marketplace, cleaning up. You cannot go into this thinking FOMC is going to be the basis of your entire career. Because I guarantee if you do that, you're not going to have the results you're looking for. You're going to have a terrible equity curve. You're going to have fear, and that fear that you now have adopted because of participating in these days where you're not equipped. You don't have the skill set yet. I'm not saying you can't have the skill set. Obviously, I've shown it, but it took me a long time. And will it take you the same amount of time? I don't know. You might get it faster. But I can tell you none of you are ready to do that. None of you are ready to. But you're going to trade these days and develop fear and anxiety because the market moves real quick against you. And now, here's what's going to happen tomorrow or Friday or next week. There's going to be a bread and butter setup. And you might have the curve courage to get in there and take that trade. That might happen. You might get in there, you might place your stop loss in there like you're supposed to. You may put your limit order in there, and you might be marking off where you're going to take your partials. Everything is as it should be. But then it's going to move one handle against you. And what's going to happen is your subconscious is going to revert back to what? A day like today, where you did something stupid and you put the trade on, and this son of a bitch took off running 15, 20 handles real quick. And you're going to think normal, everyday, bread and butter trading opportunity is going to have characteristics like that. It only moved, but your subconscious is going to say, oh shit. Your asshole's going to start puckering. Man, your palms going to start sweating all instantaneously because you're going to think and expect 15 handles roaring against your position when that is so unlikely to happen. But you're thinking to yourself that, hey, I've experienced this, so I'm hurting. I don't want to be in that situation again. I don't want to get caught up in a move like that. So that one handle or 4 ticks of drawdown in your trade, when your stop loss is 4 points, what are you going to do? You're going to get scared of the trade. You're going to get paralyzed with fear with something that is not going to happen like you expected in terms of magnitude. It could come back and stop you out, yes. But you're going to start thinking, oh no, man, this thing's going to do what I saw it do on that FOMC day that I was trying to trade, because you filled yourself up with toxic experiences. That's why I tell you to paper trade or tape read the days, because it'll give you experience where it doesn't resonate with fear or excitement, because you didn't make any money, you didn't lose any money. You're getting experience reading the tape. You don't trust that your stop loss is in the right spot, and you're thinking, man, this is going to tear off. And what do? You can't handle it. You can't walk away from the screens because you have paid your stop loss to do its job. That's what you're doing. When you put that order in there, it's to do its job, to protect you. If the market goes to that position or higher when you're short, get me out immediately. Now, there's gap risk always. The market could gap, and that's what you're thinking might happen because you experienced something that you weren't prepared for by trading FOMC days or non-farm payroll days, and you've seen these big, wild, crazy little moves that, well, I shouldn't say little, these big moves that happen real quick, sudden, these dramatic repricings higher and lower. And now you're coming into the average everyday run of bread and butter setup day, and you're gonna get scared out of it. It's gonna shake you out of it. And you know what's gonna happen next. It goes right to where your target would have been. So now you, not the market, you beat yourself again. You're starting to flog yourself, punishing yourself because you have done something foolishly in the past, trading in environments that you should not have fucking ever touched. Now, it's not because you didn't know better. I told you. And every single fucking month, I tell you, don't trade. Don't do it. But, like my own kids sometimes, don't do this. Turn your head. What are they doing? The fucking shit you told them not to do. You have to learn from that pain and then, okay, disconnect it. But because you're not experienced, you're neophyte, and you've now created toxic thinking because of rushing into a market move or day, like FOMC or non-farm payroll, you have poisoned your perception of how price is going to deliver. And I know some of you are thinking, damn, this guy nailed me, man. That's exactly what the fuck happened to me. And I never really understood it until now. Yes, I've done this to myself before. And it takes a lot of undoing to correct it. That means that's why I tell you these things. That's why I make the videos the way I do. That's why I talk to you the way I talk to you. Because I have lived this shit, folks. I've lived it. I know how hard it is to fix the problems. You all want to be able to say, yeah, I suffered like ICT. Like that's some kind of a fucking club you want to be a part of. I don't want you to have the same kind of shit that I went through. Why would you want to do that? Don't you want to be the person that said, you know what? I listened to everything he said, avoided the shit he said to avoid, and I'm doing it better, and I don't have any issues. And that's what I want to hear. That's why I'm mentoring. I'm mentoring like that because I want to hear a student say that. I've not had one student do that yet. Hundreds of thousands of students, not one of them has come forward and said, you know what? I listened to all your shit, and I don't want to go through that. I'm going to listen to the lessons that are going to be the most uncomfortable ones to listen to, because guess what? That's the stuff that's going to break me. If you're going to spend the time sitting there talking about how you lost your money, your ass, you just couldn't get past a certain thing psychologically and it caused you a problem, I'm going to really pay attention to that. How hard is it for you to come back from periods of drawdown? I don't really give a fuck how much you made. I don't care. That doesn't interest me. I don't care what your little system does, what your pattern is, what indicators, what style of trading. I don't give a shit. Okay. I don't even care if it's my stuff. What I would love to hear is how you engage yourself, because you're that person. Okay. It's not the market maker that's getting you, person in the mirror. You've done your own ass. You did that. And many times it's by doing the stuff that we're talking about here tonight. You're trying to trade in market environments that you're not equipped to do, and you don't know what it's like to make the decision to get out of the trade. Or how about this? If you're in a fast market and you know you're offside, do you know when you can hurry up and close out and flip it and go the other direction? I've done that before. I did it. And all that did was open up more questions from the people that saw me do it. And there were people from Baby Pips. And there was no way I could answer it where they would understand, because it takes experience. And they don't like that answer. You don't like that answer. When how long do you think it's going to take for me to do this and do that? I don't know. I don't know, because you're all doing something. All of you are doing something individually that's holding you back. I don't give a shit how you're doing right now. You all are doing something that's having a negative impact on your growth, and that's why it's important that you journal. And you don't realize what those things are until you go back and look at what it is you're doing. You keep doing things over and over again, and they're having a negative response. The results are showing less than optimal. Mind that. Figure out what it is you're doing. And it might be something as simple as, anxiety about something that you've endured somewhere else. It may not be rooted in the marketplace. It may be something, in your personal relationship. Maybe you think that your relationship is on the rocks, or maybe it's not, but because things have changed in the bedroom or at home, something doesn't feel right and you're just bothered by it. That kind of stuff can materialize and manifest itself in your decision making in the marketplace, because you'll come to these marketplaces like a way of escaping, living a different life. And sometimes you can talk yourself into thinking you're James Bond, walk out here and find out, no, no, you're nothing like that. And you need a stretcher. So when you have these poor decisions to come in here and try to find a way of fixing yourself and feeling good, the worst thing you can do is try to do that on a day like today, because you're not going to fix yourself. Okay. You're not going to fix yourself on a day like this. It's going to do a lot of harm, more harm than you realize. And it's not going to be noticeable to you until you trade after this day. Like, you're not, even if you made money. Okay. Let's close this one with this idea. Let's say you did something today and you went short. You went short and you had the wherewithal to hold on to it a little bit longer than you normally would, and you got a windfall victory. Okay. The toxic aspects of this type of day, when you don't have proper experience doing all what is I'm teaching you, these ideas will again manifest themselves in your typical bread and butter day. What will happen is you'll get into a move, you'll do all things right. Stop loss will be where it's supposed to be. Your limit order to take profits will be where it's supposed to be. You're following the model. And then all of a sudden, it does a really quick running right to it. Oh, shit. This is that same move. This is that same move. Oh, damn. This is the same move I just did with FOMC 2 weeks ago when I made $6,000 and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Guess what? I just caught a tiger by the tail. Fuck that limit order. Let's take that off. We're going to watch how this thing just melts today. Oh, it's melting you. It's melting your fucking face off. It's going right down to where you thought it was going to go, maybe a point or two beyond that. And it's right about then you're grabbing the calculator thinking, okay, I do this and hold it to that. My wife stays out of my office right now. My kids go play Xbox and I ain't got to worry about this, and turn the TV off and the sports. I'm going to focus on this chart. I'm going to stare at it just like ICT fucking says. And all of a sudden, boom, it turned. It's starting to go up. But now what you're going to do, oh, okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's the fucking fair value gap. Okay. All it's going to do is give me another fair value gap. It's okay. Just relax. Just relax. Because I've been here before. It's just like FOMC. When it's not FOMC, you've talked yourself out of a perfectly framed trade, but now you're expecting it to deliver the same way luck rewarded you on an FOMC day. So you brought a positive result and experience with stupidity. Let's call it what it is. You're trying to trade in a fast market with no experience, and you got rewarded for it. Worst thing in the world can happen. Now you're bringing in that mindset in A that isn't likely to do that. So you abandon sound thinking, sound logic, the model, and now because your pride and ego, and what if it really does do like FOMC and it tears off 50 handles in my favor? I can't wait to go on Twitter with that. But it turns on you and goes right up to your stop loss. The whole time you're justifying every bit of the run to your stop because you have poisoned your perception of price. See, these are the reasons why I talk to you the way I talk to you like this, and you don't like it because it doesn't give you that puffed up feeling. But these are the ones that matter the most. These types of discussions, these lectures, these woodshed moments, these are the very things that I did my own ass with, period. I did these things dozens of times, and it resulted in blown accounts, drawdown that took weeks to fix. I've done those things, folks, and honestly, you don't need to do it. You can do all these things that gets to consistency and ability and never experience these types of things. It's possible. I'm telling you, it's possible, but you don't want to listen. And it's frustrating to me as a mentor because, like, I'm not lying to you. I told you, like, dude, I've blown accounts before. I've lost money doing these types of things. Why would you want to try to do something like this? Like, it's not a challenge. It's not a like, here, we're gonna do a new TikTok challenge. Let's start with trading on an FOMC day over leveraging, and let's just swing it and see what happens. That's not something you want to subscribe to. That's not what you want to be doing. So I'm not sure if if a message like this reaches any of you. Okay, I'm not sure if it resonates with any of you or if it just sounds like I'm trying to piss in your cornflakes. But this is the stuff that matters, and I know to see the stuff that you're learning and me executing and showing it, and that's great. Okay, and I do it to encourage you, but I'm not trying to invite you to trade in these days. And hopefully, with this discussion here, you keep things balanced. Yes, I can do these things. That doesn't mean that you can do it. It doesn't mean you can't learn to do it eventually. I'm just saying that let's be the voice of reason right now. You aren't ready to do what you saw me do today. You know it. I know it. And anybody else that knows you as a trader knows that you can't do that either. So don't look at this as a challenge like, okay, bet I'm going to do it now next month. Don't do that. Don't. You're trying to create every possible scenario to hold yourself back. They're perfect little distractions to success. It said in all the books I've ever read, there's a lot of toxic thinking. All of us do it. Okay. And there was a survey that was done, and I don't know how much validity truth there is to it, but I can tell you when I was suffering from generalized anxiety and agoraphobia, like I had more than 300 negative thoughts a day. But the general person, the average person rather, they have on a day-by-day basis, one 24-hour period, they have around 300 negatives go into their mind. Think about that, folks. 300 times. Imagine if you asked 300 women out over the weekend, then 150 on Saturday, 150 on Sunday, and all of them say, go fuck yourself. That would be a kick in the joint, wouldn't it? That would not feel good for your ego and your pride. Now, combine that and put that in the forefront of your mind and challenge yourself with this. Every single time, starting tomorrow when you wake up, every single time you have a negative thought into your mind, as small as it could possibly be, like, did I just do something wrong? Or did I forget to do something? That's negative. That's a negative thought. You're questioning whether you did something that you should have done or prevented something. Or if you look at yourself in the mirror and say, I don't know why I colored my hair this way. I don't know why I'm wearing this shirt, these shoes don't look right with these fucking pants. Why did I listen to my wife and wear this belt with these, shorts? This don't look right. That happened to me today. all these things are negative thoughts. So if you're taking up time and you're acknowledging that thought and giving it, your attention, how many times are you doing it a day inside of one day? Now imagine doing this while you're in a trade. Oh shit, that's heavy, ain't it? From the time you enter that trade, how many times are you thinking this fucker's going to go against me? It's whales. If you're in there for a length of time, you're thinking a lot. This is going to turn on me. This is going to fail. Oh, I better not take the partial there. Oh, I should have got in here. I should have done this. I should have done that. That's all negative thinking. So if you don't master yourself, this business is going to warp you. And you can have a profitable model because y'all have it now. You can have something that has stats. You have it now. You have proof. People making real money all around the world, climbing to the top of FTM boards. You don't see anybody else doing that. So you have no excuse. This stuff works. You have all the evidence now that it works. But you're trying to do things that's going to do what? Invite more negative thinking, toxic thinking.